Usually people get into spirituality when they have some disappointments in their life. Job disappointment, yeah, family disappointment. With me, none of those things. It was very natural for me. From the very beginning, this thought was there. I always had a feeling that I belonged to everybody. And I never felt not at home in any part of the world. I feel absolutely connected with everyone. So connected with the nature. So I was so particular about preserving environment, caring for animals. My teacher was a close associate of Mahatma Gandhi, and my grandfather was with Mahatma Gandhi for 20 years. So I had heard and learned the stories of Mahatma Gandhi in my very childhood. And then India is land of many saints, So all my young days I spent with older people. Today, children have become much more mature and they are all looking for something very deep, a meaning for life. It's natural, if we are intelligent, we want to know more. We want to know more about ourselves. Who am I? What is the purpose of my life? These are natural questions for a mature intellect. But biggest concern is growing violence in the society. There is domestic violence and societal violence, and people are getting in a state of depression. This is a very big problem, and I'm very concerned about this. Of course, the second concern is about the environment. But even before environment, I would place the state of mind of people. We need to be a happy and free society rather than stressed and violent society. Wherever I go, I carry the mission of peace. I want people to come together, countries to come together. Because we are a small planet and only one planet. And we can't afford to destroy the planet. We can't afford to destroy humanity. And life is so short. There's not enough time to love and appreciate each other. I don't understand how people find time to fight on trivial things and trivial, really unimportant things. Cause for terrorism, fanaticism is lack of broader vision about life. Every child should grow up with a broader spiritual outlook rather than fanatic religious outlook. Today we have prejudice against religions. We have people come up with a very narrow-minded, narrow ideology, and that has caused the world heavily. The root cause of terrorism is this fanaticism, religious fundamentalism. I would say that if these children had a broader understanding about all different religions of the world, if they had multicultural, multi-religious education, they would never become suicide bombers. They would, in fact, appreciate the differences and celebrate the differences. The English word guide comes from the Sanskrit word guru. Guru means the teacher, guide, like you have a football, there is a coach, like that, someone who gives you, imparts you knowledge, who brings you freedom, inner freedom from negative emotion. The programs we present, that itself does the job. I don't make any effort to win anybody's heart. People get benefited, they may not go and tell everybody, hey, this is fantastic, I got benefited from this. They keep it to themselves, more to themselves. I say we are all global people. We have to learn something from everywhere in the world. And I would say we have to learn the precision and the timeliness and the commitment from Germans. The world should learn. I always say the perfection is always Germans. Etiquettes is always from England. The mannerism, etiquettes, And business and salesmanship, Americans. Teamwork from Japanese. Japanese are so good in teamwork. Similarly, spirituality from India. Human values, spirituality, compassion. It all comes from India. So we need to get the best from every part of the world. And the next coming generation will see that sort of global human being, Of course, technology has shrunk the whole world into a global village. Today, through technology, in 1 second, we communicate with the whole world. In the same way, if we can tune our minds to that simplicity, to the innocence, to caring and sharing, we will find the whole world as one family, the global family. See, any new invention, technology has two sides to it. Other than the values, human values, spirituality, which doesn't have two sides to it, it is above the duality of the world. All other aspects have two sides. So globalization has many advantages. It has some disadvantages also. Jobs may go to some other part of the world, and Europe people are really strange about job aspects. That is not good either. So I see that there are disadvantages in globalization and there are advantages. Unless and until we bring out the humanity, the human values of compassion, of caring, of equality, justice, and spiritual feeling, that genuinely you feel oneness with everybody, globalization is not going to work. I am one who always welcomes criticism. And I encourage people, you should welcome criticism and be bold enough to give criticism. If the criticism is coming out of benevolence, that I want, that someone is criticizing me so that I can become better, then it is always welcome. But if someone is criticizing just out of jealousy or trying to pull someone down, then that is not good. Then that is coming from a malefic mindset. So constructive criticism, I feel everyone should welcome. Criticism with compassion, criticism with love is the most adorable thing, and it should always be welcomed. We had Silver Jubilee in India, and then we had a celebration in America as well. It's a Europe that we haven't had, this 25-year celebration. So we thought this 30 years, 3 decades of art of living, we thought of doing it in Germany. We have somehow from very beginning I have a lot of affinity towards Germany. When we had a choice of having a center in Europe, in different countries, Italy, France and England or Holland, and somehow it appealed to me to choose Germany. And even when we are growing up, had heard about Max Muller, the German scholar who came to India and who translated the Vedas into English. And so there was a very deep connection between India and Germany, and spiritual connection from a long, long, long time. So I feel that spirituality and message of peace from Germany, because it's the heart of Europe. Berlin is heart of Europe. From here it can spread out to everybody that we are all one family. Everyone would be welcome to participate. It's a get-together, basically. I have given a vision, one world, one family, a sense of belongingness. And I leave it to the volunteers of the organization to choose their own project. I'm here only to encourage them. So I don't give them deadlines or projects. I leave it to them. In fact, all this work is being done by the volunteers, and they simply are giving me credit. You know, if there is success of art of living, it goes to the teachers and volunteers of the art of living. I'm only an inspiration behind. So you can say that there are so many good-hearted people in the world who have become part of art of living and carried on with this mission of uniting hearts and minds of people around the globe. When you share what you have with others, it gives you immense happiness. Nothing more can give you. No money can give you that happiness.